I just met a guy, I've been dating him for 2 weeks or 2 months, the internet says I should ask him for his credit score. And I beg to differ. I think that's a little bit intrusive. The most successful couples that I've come across are couples who are on the same page financially. Being on the same page means we both know what each other has. We both know each other's sources of income. We talked about our spending habits, and we have this blank page in front of us that we both get to sit down with and draw on. We get to sit down with this blank piece of paper and color and design it both at the same time. Being on two different pages means I have my paper over here and you have your paper over there, and I may peek over here, or you may show me a corner of it. That's what it means to be on separate pages. But when couples are on the same page, they are more successful, not only as it relates to the number, the dollar sign financially, but they're happier as it relates to their goals and their career goals and things like that, because they feel like they have a partner in all senses of the word. A lot of times people ask me, how should couples do finances? And I do believe it is a personal choice. It's a personal conversation, as long as both parties are involved and that there is transparency. There is something called financial infidelity, and financial infidelity means I say that I'm telling you everything about my finances, or I'm sharing everything about my finances, but there's really some information that I'm withholding and that you're not aware of. And I do see this often. And when you have cases of financial infidelity, that leads to other issues down the line. So the number one advice that I give couples is to be on the same page. After that advice, the people say, okay, we're on the same page. What do you suggest? My suggestion is that couples keep their finances together. Now, we can talk about how you split the bills, who pays for what, if anybody works, if someone stays at home. We don't have to get into the weeds of that in this video, but I do see the couples who are most successful when they keep their money together. That means everyone knows what everyone has, and everyone has access to what the other person has. There are no secrets. There is no financial infidelity. And, when you think about marriage and becoming one, I often ask people to ask themselves, are they ready to become one in every sense of the word, right? And so that includes your finances as well. And another question that people ask me is, they say, well, when do we start having this conversation? I just met a guy, I've been dating him for 2 weeks or 2 months. The internet says I should ask him for his credit score. And I beg to differ. I think that's a little bit intrusive, number one. And then number two, a credit score does not necessarily tell you about a person's financial literacy. It doesn't tell you about a person's, how they are with money. A credit score doesn't tell you that. It's a snapshot in time. Somebody could have their credit cards charged up, go pay them off tomorrow, and in 30 days, their credit score may shoot up 100 points, right? So when people ask me what to look for when they're dating, and they're dating with the intention of being married or being partnered, they're not just having a good time, they're dating for a serious purpose, then I tell them to observe. You will learn a lot about a person and their money mindset. If you observe, you get to see their spending habits. You get to see, what they value. You get to see how they manage their money. All you have to do is observe. And then when it gets to the point that as the relationship starts progressing, you should absolutely have the conversation. There shouldn't be any, oh, well, maybe I thought. You should have the conversation definitely before you get engaged, right? Sometimes married people have never had the conversation about finances until they end up in my office. And I trace it back and I say, did you guys talk about money? No, they were just having a good time. And I understand having a good time, but right now in this lifetime, money is a part of our having a good time, right? We need money to exchange for goods and services. And if you're planning to spend your life with someone, you really need to have that conversation at an appropriate point in your relationship or courtship, okay? My name is Hyacinth Henderson. Thank you so much for watching. Hey, Hyacinth Henderson here, just popping in to remind you that any information shared is information and education and not personal investing advice. Personal investing advice should be specific to you, and therefore you should seek proper financial counsel for personal financial advice. Thank you.